It was the longest, most widespread, and deepest depression of the 20th century. Millions lost their homes, jobs, and even families due to its financial consequences.
Some believe it started with the United States stock market crash on October 29, 1929, known as Black Tuesday.
The Great Depression affected people all over the world.
Of the people in the U.S., Utah was one of the states hit hardest and most devastatingly.
When I was quite young, the Depression started, but also a terrible drought, and people found it very hard to find work. By the time I was 10 is when my mother died, and by the time I was 11, he had lost our home because he couldn't make the payments and he couldn't find work.
We did see the stress of the times, but in a small town like that, there was no employment. People just pretty well supported themselves with their farms or what equipment that they had there. Food was inexpensive. During the Depression, I remember we could buy a loaf of bread for 5 cents. We could buy a hamburger for 10 cents a pound, and milk was 10 cents a quart. Everything was just scaled down to the point that, if you paid $5 for a dress, you got a very lovely dress at that time.
You appreciate the modern conveniences you have. We had an outdoor toilet. We didn't have indoor toilets and flush or toilet paper. We had a Sears Roebuck catalog for our toilet paper, and we had a toilet outside. Even the cold winter, you had to go to the bathroom. You went out through the back and over to where our outside toilet was. And
For 2 years, including winters, we lived in a tent. He had boarded up the sides and did the best he could.
Finally, Utahns decided to ask the federal government for help.
Though federal funding helped Utah greatly during this hard time, it wasn't until World War II when Utah's economy finally began to see the light of hope.
I think if I would teach this generation anything, I would teach them to learn to discipline themselves, not to have everything they want.
If I could teach you something about this Great Depression, I think the thing I would like to say is, don't spend all your money. Try and save some. You may need it sometime. Don't think you have to have everything.